let's put on top units of measurement. Oh no. Just a couple of things. Just a couple of things. Write down these examples and we'll just kind of talk about them as they come up here. The first example is 2 feet plus 12 inches. Plus 12 inches. When you see problems when we talk about measurement, the first thing you must be certain of is, especially like in a problem like this, I could add those together and get 14, but 14 is probably not going to be right. Why, Zach?
Because a foot is 12 inches.
Or 12 inches is,
A foot,
or 2 feet is.
24.
Yeah. So the first thing, what you always have to make sure is when you do math and measurements, make sure that you are using the same units of measurement. Okay. And in this case here, you could actually change it either way there. Is there a preferred one? Well, probably not. You know, you could do this 2 different ways. You'd have to change 12 feet and make it, sorry, we already talked about that. 12 feet is 24 inches, and then you could add 24 or 12 inches to that and get a total of 36 inches. But usually if we're talking about 36 inches, we would say that is what? I don't know, help yourself.
Have to get in the books.
Really? 36 inches, usually if you're talking 36 inches, you would say it is, Brooklyn?
38.
See, look at Brooklyn is an 8th grader. She's caught on to math in ways that no one ever could have imagined. Or, instead of changing the 2 feet to inches, you could take your 2 feet, since 12 inches is exactly 1 foot, you could change it like that and get 3 feet there. In this case, it really doesn't matter, but usually the book will tell you what they want you to do, and then you would have to go from there. Now, lest you think that that's all there is today, we have more. And the second thing we talk about is this: labels. Labels. And specifically under measurement, this goes under the same thing we were just doing, by the way. It's not a new, this is not a new piece of paper. This is still measurement.
Are the rest of yours in your office who are 1 or
I don't know. Did I get extras of those? Oh yeah, we got 800 of all of them. I thought
Why did you only put 20 in your?
I would have thought I would have kept 21. I really would have. I've done not smart things.
I understand. That's why I would like
What,
you.
what,
Maybe.
what is it? What is it? A, B, C. Why are you doing B before C? What about B? Why is it B
Last
on
book,
here?
fourth quarter.
Why is there B on here? Maybe always the B.
Was there? I'll find one. Sorry for the interruption, 6th grade.
No worries. You can
Now, what was my W going to say?
I know.
Oh. W is going to be when multiplying or dividing, specifically. Now that you are 6th graders, we can touch upon this here. Let's go back to something we've already done before. If you have this rectangle, and it is, let's say, 6 inches by 8 inches, and I asked you what the area of that is, what is the area of that? Great. Yeah, give me the label. It is not 48 inches, it is 48, Chase?
48 inches squared.
Inches squared. To which you say, well, where does that inches squared come from? Let me tell you. If you multiply 6 inches by 8 inches, the 48 comes from the 6 times the 8, correct? If you take inches times inches, which is what you have here, you get inches squared. So what would I get if I did this? What if I did 6 inches times 2 inches times 5 inches? Well, 6 times, it doesn't matter, 6 times 5 is 30, 30 times 2 is 60, thank you very much. What will my label be? Well, you have inches times inches times inches. What?
Inches cubed.
Exactly, inches cubed. You must watch out for labels because they have to get multiplied as well. And that's why volume, when you multiply length times width times height, you get cubic units as your answer. Or, children, if you see something like this, 25 miles squared over 5 miles. 25 miles squared over 5 miles. The number part of this is pretty simple, is it not? What is 25 divided by 5? 5 goes into 25 5 times. But, what about the labels? Well, we already talked about miles squared means that you have miles times miles. What would happen if you have miles times miles, 2 miles on top and 1 miles on bottom? Just like if they were numbers and you had 2 times 2 on top with another 2 on bottom, what can you do with them? John? Yeah, you can cross off 1 mile with one of those miles, and you're left with just a single label of miles. 25 miles squared divided by 5 miles leaves you with just 5 miles. This is getting so exciting, isn't it? How about this? 300 miles over 10 gallons. Which, children, this may actually be a real life trial. If you were with your folks in their car and you had to go to, let's say, I don't know, Detroit, Michigan. Notice how I said that, Detroit? That's how you say Detroit, Michigan. And that was 300 miles away. And you used 10 gallons. What do you get? Well, what's the number give you? 300 over 10 reduces to what on top? 10 goes into 10 once, 10 goes into 300 30 times, just cut off the 0. What labels, does anything happen with the labels? It does not. You can't cross those off. It is 30 miles per gallon. You ever seen the MPG? Cars MPG? The letter P in that stands for per, and the word per is nothing more than a division sign. Miles per gallon, 30 miles per gallon, 30 miles per gallon. Have you ever heard of the MVP of MPGs? Probably not. How about this? What would 2 feet times 8 feet be? 2 feet times 8 feet is, Madison Sittler?
16.
Sorry, did I miss the rest of your
16
answer?
feet
Sorry, did I miss the rest of your answer?
squared.
Squared. Feet times feet is feet squared. You have to put that down. Labels are incredibly important. Feet times feet is feet squared. What would 81 centimeters squared over 9 centimeters give you as an answer? Do I have anybody answers? Zachary? It is not, that would be 81
I mean, that-
centimeters times 9 centimeters. This is divided by
So we're gonna be 9 centimeters.
just simply 9 centimeters. The centimeter squared is centimeters times centimeters. The centimeter crossed off that centimeter is just 1 centimeter there. Labels, ladies and gentlemen, later on in our future will be very, 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 very important. As if they're not right now. Enough gobbledygook.